What I'm going to do next is I want to brighten up my eye a bit, my eyes a bit, but without it being so harsh. So rather than using a white, sorry, my camera cut out there, but I used this Benefit Eye Bright, which is a light pink pencil. Rather than using a white Kohl, this just helps brighten up the area without it being very harsh. So I've just applied that in there on the inner waterline. And you can see there it's much more forgiving than white Kohl. And it does kind of help the eye look bigger, brighter, a bit more awake. And that's exactly what you want on the day. Next, what I'm going to do then is, and this is completely optional, I think most people would be happy to leave it there, but I'm just going to grab a clean fluffy brush and I'm just going to get a light, this is a dust, it's by 17 I think, a Boots one, and it's No.7 Sugar Plum, and it's just a really light kind of peachy pink with a hint of gold going through it. I'm going to put a tiny bit of that on my brush and then ever so lightly dab it just there on the center of my eyelid. I'm not going to bring it anywhere else, just there. And as you can see, the light is catching it a tiny bit, and it just helps to add a little bit of glamour. Okay, so the very last thing eyeshadow wise now is the highlight. You can see yourselves, Beige Rose is actually quite highlighting enough. You know what I mean, it's enough of a highlight I think for most people, but if you do want a tiny bit more, something like MAC's Shroom, just get a wee bit of that and apply it very close to the eyebrow, just underneath your arch. It'll just help lift the area a little bit more, and that's more than enough I think for there. I'm just going to do my mascara now, and I'm going to use No.7 Extreme Lengths. A lot of people like to use false lashes on your wedding day, so that's an option, of course. I'm not going to do it. You know, you should know by now I don't really tend to use false lashes. If you have maybe shorter lashes or very blonde lashes, it's perfect for you. And I think maybe the natural or the individual ones are a bit more appropriate for the day, depending on your own taste. But I'll be back in a sec anyhow to go over the cheeks and lips. Yeah, one thing I should say is with regards to mascara, on the day it's always a good idea to use waterproof mascara. You know, that goes without explanation really. There's going to be a lot of teary-eyed ladies, I think, at most of these events and or occasions. And, you know, it's just, there's nothing that would be worse than having a load of black streaks running down your cheek in the middle of the ceremony. So do use a black or a waterproof mascara. Sorry, I'm completely mumbling here, but do use a waterproof mascara. And if you do tend to have runny eyes, or you think it's not going to hold up well enough, avoid putting mascara on your bottom lashes. But I think most of the time, if you get a good waterproof mascara, you can get away with having a bit of mascara on the bottom lashes. It's a good idea to test run these things always anyhow beforehand. And you should obviously test run this makeup before the day as well. So these are little things that you should be looking out for. Okay, so with the eyes finished, it's good to obviously add a little bit of definition to the face, but you don't want it to look very draggy or, you know, maybe as defined as you might wear it going to a club or whatever. So just use soft-ish colours. I mean, this is a light enough bronzing colour, or not bronzing, it's not the right word, shader. Use bronzer by any means if you want to warm up your skin a bit, or if you generally do wear bronzers or you've got tans on or whatever. I just don't use bronzers very often. So I'm just going to lightly shade around my cheek area. And then up here along the side of my temple, just lightly up here. I'm not going to contour my nose or anything for this look. I don't think it really calls for it. I think prefer to keep it softer and just leave it as it is. But I'm going to use the highlighting from this, the highlighter from this kit, and just apply it. This isn't very light reflecting either. It's quite a subtle highlighter, which I like. So I'm just going to apply that over the top of my cheek, like so. You can apply a little bit down the nose area and chin or whatever if you want. So the next, I like to use two blushers generally. Well, most of the time anyhow, but it's good as well on the day because, like I said, you don't want anything too shimmery. So I'm going to use a matte blush, and this is by Kohl, the Irish brand, and it's just number 366. So it's, you can see it's just kind of a dusky brownish pink. Put a little bit on the brush and lightly apply that to the cheek area. Then I'm going to get MAC's Well Dressed, which is this pinky colour. It's similar-ish, it's a bit softer, and it has the tiniest little flecks of, I wouldn't say glitter, well I suppose yeah, kind of glitter, but it doesn't look very glittery on, so don't worry. But I'm just going to apply this kind of just a little bit higher on the cheek. And it doesn't make a huge amount of difference, but it does a little, well, it makes a little bit of difference, and it's just a really pretty romantic look. And you can see then the highlight is still a little noticeable over that without it being extremely so. And that's the cheeks. I'm happy enough leaving them there. Okay, so now it's time to move on to the lips, and what I think is a little tip actually I picked up only recently after watching a DVD. I think it was Jane Bradley's. I know it's Leona Lewis's makeup artist. I'm nearly sure it's Jane Bradley, but I saw a video of hers anyhow, and this is one tip I just picked up, where to highlight the cupid's bow. Now I tend to highlight the cupid's bow a lot anyhow, but what I saw her doing was she gets either a really light concealer pencil or just a bit of maybe highlighter, and then see these two lines, I don't know what they're called, that run from your nose down to where your lips peak. I'm just going to use the eye bright again because this will suit my skin tone because I'm so pale, and I'm just going to draw that down there and then do my cupid's bow with it as well. Now that looks extremely obvious there, but then you just soften it with your, use a brush if you're using it on a client. If it's just yourself, you can use it you can use your finger. Okay, so the last thing left to do is your lips. Everyone wants their lipstick to last all day throughout the wedding day, and this is a really kind of hard thing. It's a funny thing with me. You know, your lipstick pretty much isn't going to last all day. You can get these all day lipsticks that are supposed to last all day, but they tend to be very drying, or you know, they're like a really just dry paint or whatever. And it is a very long process of like lining the lips, filling it in, putting on a layer, blotting, putting on a layer, blotting, putting powder over it. You can do that, and it will help it last a little longer. What I like to do is just use a liner. Fill in the entire lips with the liner and then a gloss until after the meal, and then apply a lipstick afterwards. But it depends on what you want yourself. But I'm going to be using this Daniel Sandler duo anyhow in Crystal Pink, and it's great because you know the lip liner comes in the top and it's just handy for your handbag. So I'm just going to line the entire lips with this and then put on the lip gloss. And there you have it, guys. That's my kind of pretty natural bridal look for you. A lot of people would like to go a bit stronger on the lips, which is absolutely fine. It can look good in photographs as well, just obviously don't go too dark. And my last thing is to spray some of the Mist & Fix on myself. So I usually find around 3 sprays is enough. And like I said, once this dries, you can powder a wee bit afterwards. You can add on whatever you need to. So I hope you like this look, guys. I know it's a really long video, but I just wanted to help out anyone who maybe is thinking of doing the makeup on their day themselves. And if you do have any extra questions, feel free to leave them in the comment box below, and I'll try to help out as much as I can. So there'll be a few photographs now And yeah, this is my neutrals bridal look. Hope you like it, guys. Thanks for watching. Slán.